Well, at Property Tribes we're always on the lookout for things that make landlords smarter. So I've come across to the key tracker stand and I'm joined by Andrew. Andrew, in a nutshell, what have you got here?
A very simple system that ensures the keys are always stored in exactly the right place, or if they're in use, you know exactly who has them. And whilst they're out and in use, nobody can take one key off the bunch. So the way it works is it seals the keys to a peg, doesn't hang them on a hook, seals them to a peg. And to remove them, we have to put our own peg in, turn it, and that releases the keys. Now the peg won't come out till the keys go back. So the colour tells you which department has it, and the initials or the number on the end tells you which individual within that department has it. Now while they're in use, the seal keeps all the keys together, so nobody can take one off the bunch. And when they're finished, the number's engraved on the end, so it goes back into the right place. They can get their peg back and get another set of keys. Obviously, if they're allowed to have 3 or 4 sets of keys, they just have 3 or 4 pegs. So now the keys are always in exactly the right place, or you know exactly who has them.
Fantastic. So great for portfolio landlords, property managers, letting agents, anybody that's got a huge amount of keys to keep control of.
Anybody with more than about 20 sets of keys. Absolutely. It's completely modular, and we've seen systems with thousands of keys on, but the majority of systems have between 50 and 300 sets of keys.
Well, thank you for talking to Property Tribes TV. Thank you, Andrew.
Hi, I'm Ryan from iLockers and I'm here to show you exactly how iLockers work. Firstly, iLockers are RFID enabled cabinets, locker systems or storage areas that will record the usage of equipment in and out, no matter what that equipment may be. So how exactly does it do that? Firstly, you need to log in. So as you'll see, we have a touchscreen control panel on the front of the unit that will allow us to type in a PIN code. We can either then have a PIN code or a card swipe, or also a fingerprint reader is available depending on your exact requirements. I'm simply going to log in with a PIN code. However, I enter my PIN, that will then recognise exactly who I am and ask me exactly what I'd like to do. In my case, I'd like to remove an asset, so I hit remove asset and the number of the locker that I would like to open. As you can see, that will then illuminate all of the assets within and I can remove any asset that I would like. So I simply close the door and the unit will record that. How does it do it though? So, because we work with RFID, you'll recognise that there's an RFID tag on the bottom of this iPad. That can either be mounted on the outside or on the inside, depending on what the equipment may be. So what that will then do is, as soon as it leaves the unit, our readers within the cabinet will record that that piece of equipment has gone, interrogate the system and see exactly who was logged in, marry the two together, as well as the HD image that's been recorded, and put that onto the software. So you then always know exactly who it is that's got every single piece of equipment at any time. So, how do I return the piece of kit? Now I've used it, nice and easy. Everyone's known that I've had it if ever they needed to get hold of me. But now I've finished, I want to return it back to the locker. So again, I simply log in with my PIN code. The unit will record a time and date stamp once again, a colour photograph, and ask me what I'd like to do. So in this case, it will give me a menu, an active menu of all the assets that I have out if I'd like to have a fast return, or I can select the specific locker that I'd like to put it back into and do so. At that stage, if I had charging inside, then I would plug it back into the charging dock or simply pop the cable back into the bottom of the unit. So, in terms of the records now, how do I withdraw that information? Firstly, because the unit's standalone, I can come up to the system, type in my admin PIN code as long as I've got sufficient user rights, and I can actually control the whole of the unit from here as well as removing reports. If I just wanted to remove reports, however, I hit the report section. It will give me a record of exactly what's been in, what's been out, the time and the date and the user, as well as that nice photograph of the individual that did it. So no more sign in, sign out books. That will also give me the option to work with adding users, removing users, all those sorts of things. So it's a really, really good standalone piece of kit. That sums up the iLockers system in our short video. I hope you found it informative and that it looks very interesting to you, and that we get the opportunity to work together on your project in your business. Our contact details will be on the bottom of the screen shortly, and we look forward to hearing from you.